So far, the meanest thing that someone has done in the last 6 weeks that I have been single and on all the dating apps, or most of the dating apps, a voicemail that lasted 60 seconds, and I listened to the first 8 seconds only, and it goes like this. People like you who put that you're playful on your profile makes you look like you're not a serious person. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what? What a scumbag. What a pure scumbag that was. And she's not the only one. I had this other woman, you can see that I'm bald. So I've got pictures of me on the dating apps where you can see that I don't have a bunch of hair. Like, when I was younger, I had beautiful curly brown hair, like women would walk up to me on the streets and go like, it's a crime you have that hair. And I know, imagine that you're losing the most beautiful hair any man's ever had. Anyway, whatever, at least I still have my eyebrows. And anyway, so the second meanest thing someone's done to me so far in the last 6 weeks was this woman saw my profile and she saw my bald head and she sent me this message that said one sentence. It said, "Do you wish you had hair?" Yeah, I wish I had hair. Like my friend Emily years ago, she goes, "Hey Doug, there's this research where people are going to start cloning hair by use. It's a new technology. It's going to be coming soon where you take your hair and you mail it into some lab and then they clone the hair and then they send you back a box of hair and they send it to a doctor, not to you. And then the doctor in your town puts this box of hair on your head that you have for the rest of your life." And Emily told me that like 21 years ago or 20 years ago or something. And I've been waiting for this box of hair for a very long time, I'll have you know. So the answer to that second meanest person I've heard from during the dating experience in the last 6 weeks is, yes, I would love to have hair. I would love to have a box of hair on my head. Do you know? Like, I would pay a pretty penny. I would go work somewhere I don't like to make the money to buy a box of hair. So if somebody could make a box of hair happen, I'm in. So that's the second meanest thing that has happened in the dating world. The third meanest thing that happened today. So earlier this week, this woman on Bumble was like, "Hey, I like you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I said, "All right." And then we communicated back and forth. And it was really good. We had a really good back and forth texting for a while. And then I said, "Hey, let's talk on the phone." And then we talked on the phone for, I don't know, man, like an hour or something. It was really good. I was like, oh, this lady might work out. Like this is more engaging conversation than I would have expected from just some random person in the world I don't know. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, let's go on a date, So we made a date for Valentine's night, and then she canceled. And then she was like, I'm sick. I had to throw up and at work. So I went home and I vomited, and I had a migraine. And I was like, oh, that's terrible. You know what I mean? I go, but let's do a different night. And she goes, I said, I'm busy Wednesday. And she said, let's do Thursday. Let's go to this place that I like. And then I went, okay, that sounds great. And then we communicated on Wednesday, and everything was fine. And then Wednesday night, she just started sending me these text messages that were like the text messages of an insane person. Like lots of expletives and cussing, and then she was talking about all kinds of crazy stuff, and I was like, oh my god. I thought, is she okay? Does she have like a mental problem? Like, do I need to call like the authorities to come help her out or whatever? Anyway, but then she just disappeared. I thought, well, maybe she's on mushrooms, or maybe she's any number of things. I have no idea what's going on with her. So the next day was today, and so I sent her a message today, and I said, hey, what was all that about last night? Are you okay? Because I was concerned for her own safety because she sounded like she was having some mental problems, serious mental problems. And then she said, "Oh, when I was sick at work with the migraine and the vomitings, one of my coworkers gave me a sleeping pill and said to take it with wine." Not a great idea in my book. And so she goes, "So I took this sleeping pill and then I drank this wine." And I don't remember last night, but my other friends told me that I called and I was saying like there was an alien invasion and all this. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. But I'm very glad to find out that you don't have a mental issue, when it's just a pill situation. And she was like, yeah, it's not a problem. And I go, okay, great. All right, well, hey, so, I guess I'll see you in a couple of hours at the restaurant. And she goes, oh my God, is that today? Is today Thursday already? Like, holy shit, oh my God, what am I going to do? She goes, you know what? This isn't working out. She goes, it's not working out. Because she took a sleeping pill with wine and went and was calling people saying there was going to be an alien invasion. And I was concerned for her. That was too much for her. It was a sign. It was a sign. Now, the thing is that when all this kind of stuff happens, I'm always like, is this what really happened? Or is she in a relationship and she's just playing around with people? So the number one question that people have been asking me for the last so many weeks is, what is it like to date online or in the world or whatever? And so what I can tell you is I've been surprised at how many people are dating online, and I've been surprised at how many are great. And I've also been surprised at these super mean people that I mentioned earlier. And I think, one woman told me that she has dating apps on her phone for one reason and one reason only. And that's because when she's on the toilet, she uses the dating apps as a video game. She's just swiping and like messaging people just to play with their minds, And I was like, well, that's messed up. So every time I'm interacting with anybody on the dating apps, I am very cognizant of the fact that there are men and women who are just on the toilet and playing some mind game with people. But the thing is that here's my recommendation is you have to get that out of your head, because that's not everybody. And there are a lot of people that actually want to use the dating apps to date, obviously. And so if think about it this way, if you're a comedian, you can't form your entire personality around 3 hecklers in a crowd of fans. And that's how I feel, because on my dating apps, I had 500 people who matched with me and who reached out to me and want to go on a date and make out with me and have sex with me, and they're sending me naked pictures and they're sending me their phone numbers, and they're very, very aggressive. They're very aggressive. And I love that. I think that's great. But here's the thing is that if I think about these people that I told you about earlier, like the mean people, if I think about those hecklers, then I won't live my life in the dating apps correctly, and I won't be able to be myself, and I won't be able to, be fair to the people who are there for good reasons. And that's what it's like on the dating apps. I will say one other thing, and that is that, it's so validating to have hundreds of people want to have sex with you. It makes me want to be an escort. So I'm thinking about that. Anyway, I love you very much. I hope you're having a fantastic day.